Man, bro, one of the best things that I can say happened during COVID was the full use of the internet. Everybody was stuck at home. Everybody was on the internet, and everybody had to go to church online, and all the true prophets and the pastors and leaders and members inside of the church that are actually supposed to be leaders, people that are pure in heart, even those that were bitter, were able to get themselves in study. And within that study, them studying, we were able to see the exploitation of false doctrine. This is something that every man or woman of God should be doing anyway, is contending for the faith. And inside of the church, you have so many activities. Beside, you stay so busy inside of the church, getting involved in church, that you hardly have time to sit down and study. So you're just basically stuck under your pastors and leadership's teachings, and you'll depend on it. And a lot of people were depending on it. We're just like, man, I'm full time. You know, I gotta do this. I gotta do that. I got ministries I gotta take care of. I got Bible studies I gotta take care of. I got ministries inside of the church I gotta take care of. And the only time you have to, the only time you have to study is at your personal time. And during COVID, people had plenty of time to study, to look into the Word of God, and to actually learn from other leaders, and other leaders. Let me put this up this way, that are not inside of your church, to look into others' different views of sound biblical teaching. With that being said, a lot of false doctrines, a lot of unbiblical things were being exposed. Unfortunately, a lot of those unbiblical things that were being exposed happened to be inside of our own churches. Man, oh man. Man, oh man. And I was grateful for that. I know I'm one of the ones that was grateful for that. I just got out of prison again. And wanted a fresh start. Wanted to get myself involved. But something had happened within the confines of the churches that I was going to, the church that I was going through. There was a division that happened. And someone got exposed, and church is divided, and I had to make a decision. And during that time, praying and studying, I've made my decision on what I was going to do when it came to ministry. That was to not get myself, actually make a commitment. That's what I did. I made a commitment that I wasn't going to be under any false doctrines, false teachings within the confines of the church. And I was going to make a lifelong commitment to not only search out different views from different denominations, but to actually find out the truth. And within that time period, so much freedom was, man, I've never been so free in my life. A couple more videos I'm probably gonna later on, or I'm gonna get a book going, but later on I'm going to put out a few things on what I agree with and what I don't, and why I made my decision to leave the church that I was going to, and get myself more and more involved in my apologetics, which is the study of the defense of the faith, brother. So I got my apologetics up. And this is no disrespect to the old pastors and leaders that I used to be under. Not disrespecting any single one of them. But some of you have been teaching some bad things, some unbiblical things, should I say. And it's up to the people who are under these leaders to figure it out for themselves. Because you get so caught up in your church's statement of faith that you end up believing that that's the only statement of faith and statement of biblical facts that you're supposed to be under. And if you divert from that, then you might cause some kind of division within inside of your church. And that's exactly what happened. It happens because Jesus himself said, I came to bring a sword. I came to divide. And boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy.